We would like to welcome Sarah Drew to the broadcast. Sarah, welcome back to the Brook.
Hi, thanks. I'm happy to be here.
Well, thanks so much for spending a few moments with us.
No problem.
Now, we just saw the video of you in Tonya Detweiler's advisor group. You first started working in TV and film while you were a student here. So by this point, are you used to people like freaking out when they meet you, or is it still kind of fun?
It depends. I think sometimes it's really fun when you're having kind of a rough day and you get an onslaught of folks who are just trying to grab pictures with you but don't even make eye contact. Like that sometimes is not as awesome. But for the most part, the people that get excited when they see me, it's usually a really sweet experience because they've connected to some kind of piece of my storyline that really resonated in a deep way, and I love hearing their stories and how my story, helped them in some way. It makes me really happy. So it's usually mostly positive.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Related to that, how was your Zoom experience with Tonya's advisor group?
Oh my goodness, that was so sweet. I ended up being on, I think, for like 40 minutes because I just didn't want to leave. I loved it. I wound up asking all of them. I wanted to hear from them about just to hear a little bit about who they are, because so often when I get interviewed or am a guest somewhere, I'm the one that's getting questions asked of them. But after a few of them, they were like, why do you want to know about us? Just, can we ask you some questions? But it was so sweet. It was really, really sweet to see everybody working hard, but also in the same kind of struggle of distance learning and trying to navigate all that. But typical SBS student body experience. A lot of smart girls who are super kind and dear, and that's what I expected from my experience at Stony Brook. So it was beautiful.
Well, thanks so much for spending time with them. I know it lifted their spirits, and it's a memory that they'll have for a long, long time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, I was happy to.
You've remained in contact with Tonya, and she was really helpful in landing this video, which, truth be told, is huge for our show, by the way. So really, really appreciate you stopping by. When we received word, so I was in a group text with Tonya, and when we received word that you were joining us, a Sarah Drew GIF appeared in the group chat, which got us thinking immediately, does Sarah use GIFs of herself in text conversations? We really want to know.
It's very funny. I think I may have done it once or twice, but on my like friend group chats, especially my book club group chat, my friends like to pull out GIFs of me.
Well, they span the gamut. There's a lot of there's a lot of Sarah Drew GIFs out there. So really, any emotion you're looking for, you have at your disposal.
Yeah, you can find romance, you can find surprise, you can find terror, you can find anger and confusion. I mean, there's a lot.
It's all there.
It's pretty funny.
Bringing it back to where we find ourselves right now, how has your quarantine experience been?
It's an interesting mixed bag. I think there are days when it feels super heavy, and I wake up wondering, when everything is going to get back to normal. I wake up thinking about the pain of the world, the isolation that everybody's feeling, that certainly I'm feeling, being separated from my community, and just like the general fear of like, when am I going to work again, and when will Hollywood come back online, and what will it look like when it does? And it's just a lot of unknown. I was talking to a friend the other day who was saying that she's so used to living most of her life in the future, And I think that happens with a lot of us, that we're just planning for the next thing, whether it's a vacation or it's final exams for students or it's summer plans or the next job or the next project or whatever it is. There's always this, well, I'm doing this because this next thing is going to come. And what that does is it keeps us out of the present moment. So this is really forcing us to be present in a way I think nothing has ever forced us to be. And for me, there has been like true sweetness in that with my family, with my kiddos, and with my husband. And even with like the intentional Zoom calls and chats that I'm having with my friends, because you have to be proactive to maintain your relationships in this scenario when it's all online. You can't just depend on a chance encounter with someone. So there's like a present, okay, right now I'm breathing and air is coming into my lungs, and right now I'm healthy, and right now there's food on the table, and right now the sun is shining, and so all of these things are beautiful and I'm grateful. But you still have the fear of the future without being able to see what the future is going to be. So it's a mixed bag. I have tremendously beautiful moments of like incredibly beautiful presence with my family, and a relaxation from the desire to achieve, because I can't right now. But then there's the fear too. So it kind of goes, it flip-flops back and forth for me quite a bit.
In that vein, I'm curious if you've developed any new hobbies or skills, or if any kind of like fun guilty pleasures have cropped up during this time.
Well, actually, a couple things. I signed up for Blue Apron, which I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's like a cooking situation. I've never really been a cook, but I get this box of ingredients for 3 meals every week, and it's always really delicious and takes 3 times as long as what the instructions say it's going to take, at least for me. But I actually really look forward to that moment of the day. It's like 5 o'clock hits and it's time for me to put on my apron and start cooking and making this meal. And my kids are really loving the food, and my hubby loves the food, and so do I. So that has been like a really sweet creative outlet. And the other thing that my husband and I have been doing, which has been really, really sweet, is we met singing together, leading a Christian youth camp. And we don't have very many opportunities to just sing just the 2 of us. Like, we help with worship band at our church, but we're always part of a bigger team. But since we've had this space and this breathing room and this time, he's been picking up the guitar more often, and we've been learning songs and actually posting these duets on YouTube, and they're generally about how we're feeling in this moment. They're all covers of other songs dealing with like pain and isolation, but also hope for hope to grab onto in this moment of uncertainty. So that has been really, really fun. And one of our concerts, actually, one of our little moments of singing, involved setting up studio lights, because we were also joining somebody's Instagram live to help raise money and sing a song. And as soon as that was done, my kiddos decided that they would like to take the stage, and we had an epic concert from my daughter, my husband playing like in different styles of music, and her just making up songs, like stream of consciousness songs, while Micah was like her hype guy in the background wearing his red velvet robe on backwards. It was like one of those memories that I will cherish forever and play at her wedding. 100%.
Oh, of course.
So yeah, that's been fun.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, Sarah, it is time for us to move on to the Yearbook Challenge. We are going to quiz you on what you wrote in your senior paragraph in the 1998 edition of Res Geste. And I have a copy here for reference. I never leave home without it. Are you ready? Are you ready to be quizzed on your senior paragraph?
I'm terrified, but go ahead.
Don't worry, nothing embarrassing will be revealed. There's nothing embarrassing here.
Okay.
Firstly, you had many items populating your likes section. Can you recall 3 of them?
Probably acting, singing, and dancing.
I'm gonna have a quick reference here. Dancing is in there.
Jesus,
Broadway
one
show
of them.
tunes is there. Broadway show tunes is there, so I will give you
What's
credit
it?
for singing.
Okay.
Um,
Broadway show tunes, yes.
Acting is not there, but I'm going to give you credit for that because in the first line it mentions Fantastics and Godspell, which were 2 of the productions you were in here at the Brook. So, so I would say you got that right. We also would have accepted While You Were Sleeping, Bread, Smiles, Hugs, Evening Walks, Laughing Until My Stomach Hurts, Sunshine, Happy People, Jesus, New York City at Night, and The Fam. So many likes. Wonderful. Moving on to dislikes, you have far fewer. You have far fewer dislikes because you're super positive, Sarah, and I love that about you. So I'm only going to ask you for one. Do you remember one dislike you had in your dislike section?
Stockings?
That's hilarious. No. Do you not like stockings?
I hate them so much.
Same.
And I remember a year, like a book I made with my college friends where I have a quote saying, "Stockings I hate. No, Satan I hate. That and stockings."
So
I don't know. I thought that's what it was.
neither Satan nor stockings are listed here. At the top of the list, required sports, which kind of cuts me deep as the athletic director.
Sorry.
That's okay. I forgive you.
Only because it kept me. It made for a very challenging time management scenario. Because I was always doing a play, but then also always had to do sports. And I was like, I never got to hang out on the green when the weather got better because I was frantically finishing my homework in every 15-minute period I had free to do anything so that I could stay on top of my work and do sports and do rehearsals.
No, you are forgiven. And because you were at the Brook. You were at the Brook back in the day when we had 3 required sports, so you really didn't have any time if you were in a theatrical production, so you are forgiven.
Thank you.
We also would have accepted catty girls, mean people, stupid arguments, and jealousy. So, yeah, those are good. Those are good ones. I agree with those.
Those are good and real. That's the real, that's
absolutely.
right there. Yes.
2 more from your yearbook. Do you remember your ambition?
To make a living as an artist?
Yeah, well, we will accept that. Here's it verbatim, and I think you're living this out very well, so congrats on reaching your ambition. To truly love my husband and children and to glorify God through acting. Well done. And final bonus question.
You made me cry.
So, I'm sorry, repeat?
I just said that's gonna make me cry. I'm literally crying right now. That's lovely.
It's really cool that you're making yourself cry 20 years later. That's really special. Final bonus question. Do you remember the scripture verse that you included at the end of your senior paragraph?
Is it from Psalm 139?
That is a great one of my favorite Psalms. It is not from Psalm 139. I will give you a hint. It's from Lamentations.
Lamentations? There's a time for, and that's all I remember from the book of Lamentations.
It's a great one. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. Lamentations 3:22. Not just a somber book, people. Pick it up.
That's true. I know. I got to look at that again.
Absolutely.
That's a good one.
That's a good
Yes.
one. I love that.
It's a great one. Well, Sarah, in closing, we were wondering if you would like to give a quick message or shout out to our senior class who is missing out on so much in their final days of high school here with the current challenges. We give you the floor.
Oh my goodness. First of all, seniors, congratulations. What an incredible accomplishment. You have made it through the academic rigors of Stony Brook. You have learned that what is most important is character, not career. You have learned how to manage your time well, and how to be a good human while you work hard. And that is incredible, and you will bring all of those gifts into your college experience and into your life and the future. And I know that because I hold fast to those beautiful truths. I also just want to say, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. It's such a bummer that you didn't get to do prom and you don't get to do graduation. This is such a huge accomplishment and a huge moment to mark and a moment to celebrate, and one of those landmarks in your life, right? So I am hoping and praying for you that you are finding ways to feel loved and celebrated and connected to your community in this moment. I hope that there is something special and unique that comes from having to do this transition the way that we have to do it right now. I hope there's an unexpected joy that comes out of it. And I am praying all good things for you guys as you venture out into college and beyond. I hope that you bring with you all of the beautiful things that you were taught at Stony Brook. And I am sending you all my love. Congratulations. Mwah.
Sarah, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure to spend time with you.
No problem. I'm so happy to be here.
Please stay safe, and we hope to see you again soon.